several. Hi there. I think this is on the Juggling Lessons channel, if I'm guessing right. Imagine theme music. Hi. I'm here with Reed at Echo Park, and we are live streaming for about 4 hours today, I think. And currently waiting for an interlocutor.
Sweet. And can I add text here? Try.
Yes. Put a dash to make it a question, and then once you've entered it, promote it. Since you're on the white list, and actually you're typing as me, and I'm on the white list, it will promote it to the screen.
Okay.
And then you
have to say custom claim.
Custom claim is the name of that text field.
And if I just type a number,
any number will be the custom scale. Any number.
Sure.
Yeah, actually almost any number, because even if you type in 1 billion.
Sweet. That's so cool to see.
Yeah, if you type in a number over 100, it will actually try to extend off the scale, but it runs out of room.
Off the scale. Oh, wow. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just switch it to 50 for now. Back to wide. So we are live on your channel and my Twitch.
I think so.
Alrighty. Is anybody in Discord? I wonder. Be nice to be able to test to see if people in Discord can talk and hear us, and we can talk with them. I think that's an option.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can kind of see. No, it's just us. Pretty much. Anyway, so we'll just be sitting here waiting. In the meantime, I have 3 topics on the board right now. The first is should California allow affirmative action? That's Prop 16.
Mm-hmm.
Second is are COVID deaths exaggerated? Like the numbers of them, and deaths from COVID. And the next is, will Trump be reelected today?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first 3. I have space for 3 more, so I'm up for whatever you want to put on there as the topic. Hello.
I keep thinking about things like current events, like should masks be mandatory, or
should there be no more lockdowns?
Oh my! Should
all restrictions be lifted, or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Should COVID restrictions be removed? I've heard the phrase, we don't want the cure to be worse than the disease.
Yes, I've heard that.
Is the cure worse than the disease? Would people understand what that means?
Yeah, vaccination's mandatory. That gets a little away from the pandemic. Should the cure be worse than the disease? It's a fine question. It's already one side of the. That's the talking point from one side. I'm trying to think of what the neutral one is.
Is that a reason for a broader question? I think the question is, there should be lockdowns, and the response is, we don't want the cure to be worse than the disease.
Yeah.
And the cure is lockdowns in their minds, I assume.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So should lockdowns be? Should there be no more lockdowns, or should there be?
yeah, when I start asking the question, it comes up in the other language so much. Like, how much effort and loss of economic opportunity per life saved,
Yeah.
which is a real number. Like when you're talking about traffic planning and things like that in the U.S. and in Britain, we know what that number is. You know, within a broad range.
Maybe is the current level of lockdowns worth it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I like that when it's neutral. And
Current level could be
they
defined
can
better.
define that really locally in time or across months or however. I think that works. I like that one. I think with both of us sitting here at the table, it doesn't look like we're open for another interview. Not sure. Obviously, as people are coming by, I'm going to have to engage them a little harder.
Yeah. Can they hear them when we say something? They can hear.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I will just stand up there on the wide camera and do some juggling. That will. Right. I prefer not to be sitting much of the time. I don't habitually sit.
Okay. Take this, stick it on there.
Okay.
Switch to the wide. It'd be nice if I was able to see the chat from Twitch, if there is one. I guess if you're on Twitch and listening, go to the Street Epistemology Discord, and there is a channel where you can chat verbally or on text. Go behind this table, Dolly. There you go. Oh no. Don't lose them in the lake. Hello, how are you? Guess I should take off my headphones when people walk by. So we need one more topic or two more topics. Any suggestions for topics, Discord? Potential, preferably a yes/no question. What?
Once you start the catch, you have to finish that catch. Do it.
Okay, cool. Pondering. Should the Supreme Court be increased? Should the number of Supreme Court justices be increased? I don't know. If you scroll up, you'll see the first three topics somewhere. Gosh. Should healthcare be a right, or should the U.S. have universal healthcare? Should there be universal healthcare? Should the U.S. have universal healthcare? It's a question. I'll write that down. Should the U.S. have universal health care? What? Potential interlocutors visible behind me? What do you mean? Oh, in my other shot? Potentially. Hello.
Stay hydrated.
Okay. Got this one. Kimberly, want to add this? Yeah, at the bottom. All right, we need one more topic. Oh, visible to you only. Got quite a few people just hanging out on the hill over there. And the swan boat entrance is like maybe 100 feet that way, 200. Hi, hello, how are you? The duck. Sun moves so fast. Yeah, should the electoral college be abolished or revised? I like that. Should the U.S. still use the electoral college? I like that. Let's do it. We can change these throughout the day. It gets darker now with daylight savings, so we'll go as long as we can.
Oh, I felt keep going. It's a lady duck. In their species, the males are much more flashy.
Yeah.
The ladies will only show you a purple feather when they're flying. They hide their purple or their the bright feathers are hidden when they're. The males are garish all the
Oh, no.
Is there a fourth ball in that bag, Kimberly, that's loose? This one is one weight smaller, and I'm distracted by the one of the balls is lighter.
Likely story. Maybe a crack.
But now they all feel the same.
Yeah, we're gonna hope to try to make this a regular thing, potentially Tuesdays and Fridays.
The setup's real easy. Parking right there.
Yeah,
Y'all can't tell, but there's a restroom right behind Kimberly.
and over there too.
Maybe it's there. Yeah, sorry. The restroom's
Not
there.
it.
A lot of the places we go, having a place to go pee is a real issue. At Runyon, get it? At Rose Bowl, it's easier. Except last time when we went, there was they completely walled off that entire area for apparently a stand-up comedy and social distance across the field kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stand-up comedy is-
Hello, how are you?
People are not taking our water up very much.
No.
We are next to the fountain.
Is that coffee shop in there open too? Yeah. I think so.
That boat rental. Oh yeah, that's much better. That 3-ball flash start,
Yeah.
very sensitive ball weight.
Yeah, that's another option, FK. We can invite people from Discord to interview.
Sure.
So if anybody has a claim on Discord and wants to be on video, that would be ideal. Do you have that option available, FK, to have someone on video from Discord? Or just audio for now. Sure.
We look too much like Geek Boring Company and a JPL hat.
Yeah. I got this hat at the open event at JPL they do once a year. They let people come and visit and see everything. I got to see the big replica of Curiosity.
I haven't seen the Curiosity photograph headset. Right now, okay.
Yeah, I got this at the big open event at JPL. They do once a year. Yeah, it's nice to go to. You have to get really fast to get the tickets.
It sells out quickly.
Yeah, it just first come first serve. It's free, I think. Yeah, it's free, but you have to sign up. Sure. I don't think it's in the shot. It may be.
Here, I'll just add a little extra strain relief.
I can just scoot it up a bit. Look.
Got a strain relief over here on the same case.
Okay.
And hopefully the tape will rip off
Hello.
before the gale. Stay hydrated. He's got a troll doll on his head. I don't even think he'd be offended if I said so.
I assume we won't be learning about poll results until later in today.
I would expect. Even then, I really expect the count to take a lot longer this time because I expect the mail-in ballots involve a little more handwork. Oh, I have another thing I want to do. Okay. I'll do the coffee and the root beer.
Root beer. Coffee and root beer?
Separate cups.
Oh, separate. Wait, what?
No, I especially given that I like a little cream in my coffee, I wouldn't want to put my root beer in there. I'm not into root beer flu.
Brown one, Bill?
Yeah.
Hello, how are you? 2? Sure. That's fine. No problem. Ideally, one per person.
It's
Yeah.
like business cards. Every one of them is a bit of goodwill for 12 cents.
Yeah.
For 12 cents, I can buy a lot of cheap goodwill. So far, I've been budgeting $20 and getting into that.
Thanks, JCC.
Water. Oh, thank you.
Hey, puppies.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Sure. Does that need to be turned?
So if I'm turning it, what do I do?
Just
Here?
loosen there and at the bottom, I think.
I
How's that?
probably good. We can adjust that really often. No problem.
Cool.
How about this one? You're almost getting exposed. I'm just
Uh,
gonna manually do this one.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hey,
How you guys doing today?
great.
So FK invited me to practice a little SE while you guys have some downtime, if you guys want.
Yes.
Sure thing. Were you on Dolly Show yesterday?
Yes.
I was, and it was a great show. Thanks again for letting me be on there, Dolly.
You bet.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing my hobby
Man,
with me.
What did y'all talk about again?
we were discussing the positive attributes of wealth when combating or being involved in the legal system.
Okay.
Turns out both he and I are relatively convinced against fines in relationship to fairness.
Against fines?
Yeah, if punishment for crimes is a fine, it is very disproportionate if you have more access to wealth.
Oh, I see. Like a fine for a rich person is not that really a big thing.
Yeah, I've known friends who regularly cross into the diamond lane because for them, and they're not concerned about it because for them a $1,000 ticket is just acceptable.
Okay.
For the hassle, and that's an example for me of the fine isn't doing its job, but it might involve a profit motive for a local court, like in Pomona
Exactly.
or Ferguson, Missouri.
Yeah, if we didn't have these multiple fines like parking tickets and other things, what kind of services would be in the dry or not being funded enough? Or should we just fund them in other ways?
I wasn't so much thinking like parking. I was talking about like actual crimes that somebody would,
Like parking tickets for like.
yeah, parking tickets a different question, I think, than like moving violations.
Moving
The more it's like a crime, the more everybody should have to do the same thing. If I run a red light, I should have to wear the orange vest and pick up trash by the side of the road for 3 days, whatever that is, whatever the community service is. And it wouldn't matter that I could pay a fine to get out of it. I shouldn't be allowed to. Because
Gotcha.
for some people, they don't have the choice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about, JCC?
I'm open to anything really. I'm just kind of spinning my wheels right now before I take my daughter to tennis. I had a little time to chat, and FK opened up the door for me.
Yes, thank you.
Cool.
Yeah,
Can you turn your phone sideways?
I sure can. There we go.
Nice.
So Reed can see you.
All right.
I'm just trusting.
Yeah.
As the guest, I'm not allowed to see any screens.
Okay,
They're all turned away from me.
propping up in the middle there.
Uh-huh.
that works.
It's a good
Okay.
setup. I like that.
Thank you.
Where are you guys at?
This is Echo Park in Los Angeles. This is the Echo Park Lake. And there is a very, very well-behaved homeless encampment that encircles the lake.
Yeah, it's like nothing but tents on the opposite side.
Uh-huh.
And a bunch of little paddle boats.
Yep, little swan boats. You can rent them for $11 an hour.
Not too bad.
Yeah. I've gone out in them. I found that the seat to pedal distance was so short as to make my knees ache in minutes.
Oh wow.
So I think
It
they're
was not
I think they're
not
making
adjustable
really
seats.
small people to pedal. No, it's cast into fiberglass.
Mm.
Yes. I could describe in tedious detail how those things are built, gel cast and vacuum formed to a mold.
So we brought up a few topics on our board. Here,
All right.
Okay.
I think that might be going through somebody's lack of headphones.
JCC has headphones.
I do. I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
Maybe
Is
it's
there a topic for us to practice?
not-
Give me a topic, and I'll try to be the interlocutor on it.
one of our topics on the board. It was like are the deaths from COVID exaggerated, the numbers? Should
We're talking.
will Trump be elected?
Oh, okay. How about I've got the misinformation is concerning, but
Okay.
how to make that a claim?
There is misinformation and it has an effect. And
It
what
does,
that
yes.
effect be?
It causes people to possibly react in a manner that's detrimental to society.
So misinformation causes people to react against their own interests or against the
Yes.
interests of society in general.
Well, I'll use Melania Trump going out to vote without a mask on today as an example.
Oh, goodness. Wow.
That-
And she's
That's it.
had it recently.
Right.
Hello, how are you?
Howdy.
It's got a possible
They haven't
person.
gotten used to us being here yet. Go ahead.
I was wondering if you had someone coming or not.
No.
They briefly looked around and read it and then kept going on their walk. But it's only a 1 mile route, so they'll probably be back in 25 minutes
Nice.
if they're going around more than once.
So were you guys, do you need to get a permit? You need to get permission to be where you're at, or is it just okay to be there?
Officially, yes, and unofficially, no problem. This was one of the places actually recommended that they don't have a film monitor here.
Okay.
I expect nobody wants filming permits for Echo Park right now with the homeless people, unless you were doing a documentary on homeless people.
Okay.
Its own
So
thing.
for me, if I was to go to the Pearl Brewery or the Riverwalk area, I would have to make sure they have a need for a filming permit. Would that be one of the things I have to check on?
It's a new thing for us. Reed's been going to Running Canyon for 4 years, and last week was the first time they've tapped us on the shoulder and said, well, actually, 2 weeks prior to that, they came by and said, we think you need a permit. And we asked the question, and they said, well, we'll get back to you. And then they didn't get back to us. But this time,
Okay.
back to us. So
I like your
as
shirt,
far as
Reed.
it's the brand thing. Yeah, thank you. He's got a monkey brain shirt.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, that's monkey brains. Wildly oversimplified, like CGP Grey level. Is that a
Yeah.
CGP Grey monkey brains?
No, this is a New Discourses shirt.
New Discourses, yes.
I have my monkey brain as well. It's kind of like half of this with a monkey.
Uh-huh.
It's a good one too.
Indeed.
So you said something about COVID misinformation. How can they turn that into a claim, an interesting claim?
Misinformation causes ill effects to society.
Aha. Okay. What kind of misinformation can have an ill effect? And could you give me an example of misinformation that has no ill effect?
That doesn't have an ill effect?
Yeah.
So
Is there benign misinformation?
that would be like whether to wear the mask or not wear the mask, and the information about how it gets spread. So
Ooh, I think that has definite cause and effect. I think misunderstanding masks or misunderstanding even confusion about protocol during a pandemic all would seem to have big negative effect to me.
I think that's what. Yeah. So I don't see an area that there's going to be an effect with the misinformation to where it's going to have negative consequences on the public, I think.
Okay.
So I guess
Zsa Zsa
misinformation
Gabor
in a
got
direction
into a
that might
problem.
lead people to believe to be overprotected would be a positive effect in the public. Like, say if they over exaggerate it, like you must always wear the mask or you must always stay inside or stay within your bubble, that would decrease the spread for sure. That would be a positive effect, I would think.
Okay, so if the misinformation were to err on the side of overcaution, that would
Yes.
have
yeah.
as long as it didn't generate a confusion or a backlash or something like that.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking of some misinformation like I remember several years ago, Zsa Zsa Gabor actually got in trouble for having changed her age on her driver's license by 10 years. And I'm
Oh,
thinking
okay.
that
That has no.
misinformation of someone's age might be something that's almost completely harmless.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what would be harmless with concerning the COVID-19 virus? What would be not harmful misinformation?
Okay, so what if somebody showed the wrong picture of the micrograph? If I thought COVID was a different shape than a ball with little sponges on it or something, I bet that wouldn't make any difference. I could have a lot of misinformation about those kinds of details that probably are of no effect other than to maybe confuse me if I see pictures.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you know that there is misinformation going on? Are you able to detect misinformation when you receive it?
Yes. The contrast
what
in the people's words versus their actions.
Oh, if somebody does different than they say, then there's some misinformation because at least one of their things is wrong. Either what they say or what they do is wrong.
Right.
Is that what I hear? Okay.
Yes, exactly. Like for me personally, and I've asked people while I'm out in public, it seems confusing and contrary to you must wear your mask when you walk into an establishment to purchase something to go, but yet people can be sitting down. I'll use a cafe for an example. They can be sitting within 6 to 8 feet of you standing in line waiting to order your item, and they're sitting without a mask when we're all relatively sharing the same airspace. So it's
Yeah,
It doesn't seem
Like, I have to move
conducive
my
to
mask
be in
to
that
drink.
environment.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, interesting. And interior yet, which I understand is like a bigger deal. I don't know if it's true, but I've basically heard that being inside with a mask is probably as dangerous as being outside without one, depending on the packing level, the occupancy level inside the place. And I expect maybe how good is their air conditioning filter?
Yeah, I
Right.
wonder how dangerous this is.
I'm
You guys
I'm
right
hoping
now are
we have
probably
outdoors.
maintaining the most. Yeah.
Masks, a little bit of sanitizer in case we touch our face, all those kinds of things.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I keep this on all day so I don't touch my nose.
okay. I haven't been nearly
got
that
the-
careful about my face. Hopefully, I'm just using this often enough, and then not touching somebody else. Except
And you got the
with,
sun too to help.
Yeah, and then of course I'm using disinfecting wipes to wipe down the equipment where anybody would be touching it. And then of course wiping my hands with a disinfecting wipe. So I'm getting a lot of cleaning here anyway. But you're being a lot more careful than I am about touching my face. Good reminder.
I've got wind in my back flowing this way, so
Yeah.
I'm protected extra probably that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how, even if there was no wind, how a sufficient amount of virus could get through a mask outdoors,
Huh.
or even talking for like half an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know what a sufficient amount of the virus is.
Yeah, how much of the virus would it take to be infection? There's like viral load. Is that a factor?
That would depend on our natural immunity. Some of us might be more immune than others, and in this case, I think, if I'm understanding it right, pretty much everyone has really low natural immunity right now to this kind of SARS thing.
Yeah.
I saw Thunderfoot demonstrating how much it takes to wash your hand to get a little bit of graphite powder off your hand that would be about the same size as a virus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know if that applies. I don't know if that's a good model. Of course, he was saying, and it's worse than this because the smallest things you can see under this microscope are 10 times the size of the virus. So that's inevitably not a great model, but there it was.
Wow.
The question is, I don't know. Do I need to be hit with 100 virus particles in one few minutes stretch to get it, or could I get it from a single virus particle? At which point, somebody could sneeze on the freeway, and it's not impossible we could be exposed.
Yeah. Hello, how are you?
So I hear things like, "Oh, give 2 meters, give 3 meters distance."
My mom got it this summer,
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
and she got it in Virginia,
Uh-huh.
infected there. She started feeling tired and had a headache. And then she flew with me in a private jet
Uh-huh.
to Florida.
Yeah.
For like 2 hours, and she was sitting like 2 feet from me. I assume infectious. Yeah, for like at least 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and then started feeling a little worse. And then all of us in the plane got tested immediately once we got to Florida the next day.
Okay.
And she
tested
she
positive.
tested positive.
Everybody else tested negative.
Everyone else in the plane tested negative.
Excellent. Was she wearing a mask?
No,
On the plane, not.
she was not
Okay.
wearing a mask.
Were you?
You guys were
No.
unaware of her positive COVID. At the
She was
time
not
when
aware.
on the plane, you guys had no idea, right?
No idea.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Maybe I can chime in with a little story.
Please.
Sure.
I forget the year, but a while ago, there was someone that was sick with the flu, and the ventilation system stopped working on the plane. When the plane landed, I think 50 to 70% of the people got the flu because there was bad air circulation. In normal conditions, in a full plane, if the air ventilation works well, you might get 1 or 2 people infected because the air is getting sucked by the plane's ventilation system. So, as far as I know, planes are safer than most indoor environments.
Versus a cruise ship, because wasn't that one of the problems on the cruise ship that everybody got infected rather quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. So I feel safe.
I'm glad.
With this.
Good.
Yeah, you guys have a good setup.
Could be wrong. Yeah, I like it. Wide here. Crap. What scene was that? It was just made 3 vertical. Cool. Yeah. FK made this nice 3 vertical scene. So it's like me on the left, Discord person,
good.
video, and you on the right. I like it.
That's good. That's good.
So yeah.
So you guys can do tag team questioning?
Well,
that's our hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tag.
We have to get somebody interested in having the conversation.
Yeah, both of us don't feel too comfortable like approaching people, even in like non-COVID times.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna have to like suck it up and do it.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Is it
done it
possible
for juggling
for
lessons in a Renaissance fair situation, but I'm dressed in a jester outfit and
playing a role
and that kind of thing. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
Is it possible to put flyers out if you guys are going to have a set schedule to let people know that you guys are going to be there? Like notification flyers?
Once we find a place that's going to work, we can set a schedule. Otherwise, I would hate to commit to trying 5 times at one place just to see if we can get some return flow.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, there's a little bit of water.
Oh yeah, is that here?
Please, sure thing.
Yeah.
We're doing interviews too, if you're interested.
Yeah. Any topic you want.
Now my lower back is on fire.
Oh, I will move that. Stay there so I can see.
This whole table's shaded, so that's great.
What needs covered here.
Go to the wide. All right. There we go. Better?
All right. I'm going to have to sign off for a little bit, and I'll pop in later on, guys. Wish you guys good luck.
Okay, that's it. MK said Nathan Ferguson from Abstract Activist is here as well in Discord. Feel free to join, Nathan.
Yes, Nathan. Tell us what's going on in Portland.
Yeah. My whole block was being boarded up this morning and last night.
Wow.
Like everything is boarded.
Okay.
So that's kind of concerning.
Yeah. Wow. So maybe they're expecting activity, or was there actually like a lot of extra street traffic out there?
No, it's normal street traffic. Normal pedestrians, but even my building was being boarded up. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't plan on going anywhere. Nice to see that you're out there still doing the good work.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Are you on video?
Bringing people together. I'm not on video at the moment.
Okay.
My internet's down. I'm actually using my phone right now. I don't know why my internet's down. Kind of a weird day for it to go down because I want to watch the election results as they roll in, but it won't be fixed till tomorrow.
Okay.
That's a beautiful shot, by the way. That wide angle is nice.
Yeah, it's a beautiful lake here.
Yeah.
This is a favorite place to go do 1 mile round trips. The park is not a full half mile long, but if you walk up to the other end, they route you back around the peninsula on the inside, and so they make up the distance. Water.
Yeah. It sucks. Runyon kicked us out
Yeah.
because you guys were getting constant people talking.
It was so good. Runyon's so my favorite place so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
The LAPD heliport is about 2 kilometers that way.
I see.
So we're in the flight path of helicopters coming in and out.
Okay. It's going right over.
I'm changing my estimate. I think it's 4 kilometers that way.
Be funny if one of us, as we're waiting, went out on a swan boat and like connected to Discord and was like reporting from a swan boat like right there.
Sure.
That'd be fun. Should have some AirPods or something in.
Yeah.
Hello. Tic Tacs are all dirty.
Oh no. I think that's where the sticker, the stickum was.
I don't know. Now that I have a close-up shot, I can show you.
Yeah, I think that's where the original glue was.
Oh, hey,
Howdy.
Hello?
Quinn is near.
of course, Quinn is
Can you
always
guys see
invited.
me?
If you come out as well. Oh, hey, Quinn.
Hey, what's
What's
up?
up?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, he can see you. I can't see anything. I'm in the guest chair. I'm not allowed any screens.
Oh, lame. You must feel powerless.
I do. Victimized even.
I get my usual screen time notification summary on Sundays on my Apple iPhone.
Okay.
And like the days when I go out, it's like 10-15% compared to my usual amount of screen time compared to other days. Like I'm out here for many hours and not on Twitter.
Right.
So it's different.
Yeah, my screen time reports have gotten really like concerning during COVID hours. Like it's like an average of like 8.5 hours most weeks. It's pretty bad. But I do fall asleep to stuff on YouTube as well. So I don't know.
Oh.
I think my screen time probably averages about 35 hours a day.
What?
That sounds
Because I have 3 tablets that I'm using, and I'll have them all awake and have Discord over here and a
geez.
YouTube playing over here and whatever. So,
That's more time in a day. It's cool.
and whatever I'm working on, all of them all set up doing something. Whether
Did you guys
it
get-
might even just monitoring a text room or something.
Did you guys get?
So, go ahead.
Did you guys get my SE request on the live chat text?
Was there SE request?
Oh, about what was it?
So I think Dolly has like an interesting view on music copyright laws and
Yes.
what they should be. We started an SE session before at Runyon Canyon, but we got interrupted and never got to finish. And I thought it might be
Okay.
interesting for Reed to SE Dolly
Yeah,
on that.
keep going.
Or
Sure.
I don't remember what I don't think I watched that, so feel free to
Okay.
continue.
I can recap if you'd like.
I was hoping to be an onlooker. But if you want, I'll do the
Okay.
SE Reed.
Oh, then yes, Reed. My claim is the copyright system is broken, especially in the case of music.
Okay. Copyright system is broken, especially in the case of music.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the copyright system?
Copyright is where people are able to claim intellectual property on an arrangement of notes or other musical expression. I want to make a separation between an actual recording and, say, sheet music or music where I could play the same thing, but I'm performing it myself. I see those in 2 separate categories.
A performance or a recording?
Yeah, a performance recording is one thing, and the actual music that would have to be re-performed by another musician, I see that as a separate. I see my main issue is I have a huge amount of music that's been shoved into my head culturally over the last how many ever years, and I am absolutely prohibited from performing it, even though it's in my head and it's in your head, and we both recognize it.
You would be in violation of copyright if you tried to perform it.
Yeah, if I tried to record, I mean, if I did anything but an improv right now, and I'm streaming on YouTube, and I would.
And play
Yep.
covers. Is
Yep.
that in violation of copyright?
Yes and no. What they have done is, in Europe, you'd actually would pay a copyright fee for the performance or playback of music. Here, we have this thing like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You can play everything you want to on the radio, and then a few days a year, they say everything you play you have to pay like a penny for. So they make sure that on radio here we have the absolute minimum of copyright paid, but just enough so that they can establish their right to do so. Because they see the advantage of having their music played on the radio as helping to market their music.
Okay,
So radio stations essentially don't have to pay except for a few days out of the year, and then it's a piddling amount. It's more like paperwork.
Okay. And if I want to make a YouTube video with a copyright song, I'll get, copyright strikes, and some of that, like all of the revenue from that video would have to go to whoever holds the copyright.
Whoever grabbed that, yeah. Somebody drove by one of our live streams, 4 or 5 hour long live stream, 3.5 or whatever it was, and for 10 seconds, they could recognize what song was playing out of somebody's car window, and they grabbed the entire everything for that video and said, "Oh no, any money you would ever make from this will go to this person for those few seconds of music."
Yeah, and when we were playing music at the Rose Bowl from my iPad, Twitch made those sections silent in the playback
Okay.
in the stream. replay, which is an interesting compromise.
Yeah.
So stuff like this is a problem for you?
It's, as a musician, it's a very, very big problem, because now I would have to be very, very careful. I'm not sure that I could improv well enough not to reproduce somebody's music.
Oh, you're worried about making your own stuff, but
Yeah.
it being too close to something else that's copywritten?
Yeah. I could sing you an arpeggio, and it's probably something in somebody's copyrighted music somewhere. I could sing the scales, and I might get a copyright strike. It's just ridiculous. And how, as a musician, am I supposed to perform, even without intending to copyright? I can't know all the music that there is to know that I'm actually giving you something actually new. I mean, I don't think creativity works that way, especially when I have 12 notes on a scale.
Okay. So if you made a new piece of music, performed it, and wanted to put it on like a streaming service like Spotify.
Yeah.
How would you be notified that it's copywritten? I wonder.
Somebody would DMCA me, or somebody would copyright grab, or somebody would copyright strike. There's automated systems that recognize music, sometimes incorrectly.
Mhm.
And there's just no benefit. It's all downside for me.
Yeah, if we got rid of copyright entirely,
Okay.
what would be the repercussions there? Benefits or bad things?
A lot of well-established musicians would lose their fortunes.
Yeah.
A lot of record companies would lose their thing.
Concerning understanding or epistemology is knowledge.
Epistemology is study of how we come to knowledge. Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I love philosophy.
Would you
Nice.
like to be? We would love to
Wanna do
interview
an
you.
interview?
Ways awareness about the current war and genocide as well in Armenia. You guys can talk about that.
Yeah. Well, how about you talk about that to us? Hang on. Take my spot.
I gotta do my lap.
Okay, we'll
Okay,
hear,
when you
we'll
come,
hear for a while.
maybe when you come back. Thank you.
Okay.
I will wait for him to educate me about that.
Yeah, you can.
I don't want to just guess about what's happening in Armenia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if copyright were abolished completely, a whole lot of people would lose their fortunes.
Yeah, if you like put out the music to sell, someone could just copy your music and then
Right.
sell that music as if they made it.
Yeah, and that's not the reform that I would want.
Okay.
I would want the Disney decision that says copyright can last 90 years after the death of the author.
90 years.
90 years after the death of the author is the recent extension, after they extended it 3 or 4 times in my lifetime. And I would like it to go back to something more like a patent level, where it's 17 or 20 years to exploit it, and then it's public domain.
Okay.
I think that means that I could perform the entire Beatles catalog without paying any money.
Yeah, because it's been more than 20 years since.
Right. And I could charge for my performance recordings, but I couldn't stop anybody else who also wanted to perform the entire Beatles catalog.
Could you sell the original recordings?
I think it's a different category, and I'm not sure where I'd want to put that for the actual recordings. And I think this crosses over in like whether you're sampling something.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of sampling, or they would sample different things from different songs and mix and mash those together into something and almost play records as if they were an instrument.
Yeah.
And that's right on the edge, because wow, that's a really good example of mashing up. And if you're pulling from enough different sources, it's not plagiarism anymore. Now it's research, right? And I think this current system is very broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the original claim was copyright is broken,
Yeah.
especially in regards to music.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your confidence about that?
Somewhere between sigma 2 and 3. It's kind of a definitional claim of mine. If I were to try to say actually like measure that as an effect in the world, I would say I'm about sigma 2, that the reforms that I'm talking about would have a net benefit for musicians as a whole, for everybody in the music business as a whole. And obviously there would be a very temporary big loss, because whoever holds the Beatles catalog, suddenly I just took $1 billion away from them.
Yeah, like popular music, that's like perennially popular music is just going to be hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
That's
asking
older.
for essentially every song that was popular when I was young to now be completely in the public domain.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, would anyone like to do an interview? Just not. Okay.
Okay.
So if your reforms were implemented
Mm-hmm.
and positive things happened, I assume your confidence would go up.
Yes.
What would specifically have to happen to go down in your confidence?
If I saw a municipality do this, I don't know if I'm talking at the city or the national level or something, but some enough group that I could tell did this, and in their country the willingness to get into doing music professionally took a big downward turn.
Okay.
That would indicate to me that I'm incorrect about my math.
If this copyright law is an incentive for people to get into music, if that was lost, then there would be less of an incentive. So that may be a negative effect.
Yeah, I mean, clearly there is a big negative effect for anybody who's staked their fortune in music copyright, and that music would be on the wrong side of my time frame.
Yeah,
I'm really quite annoyed that the estate of probably Quinn can help me with the names here. Pharrell Williams and I'm not remembering the other guy had a song that had a bass line very similar to somebody's music from the past.
Yeah.
Over 30 years old. And the bass line was similar in a way that a musician could tell, but really we're just talking about a funky beat and a very standardized bass line.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost the copyright for a song that was not a copy of the song.
Can you hear
Basically,
me?
that somebody's copywriting an entire genre, and I think that's fencing off the commons, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, I heard someone. Okay, what?
Please.
Thank you.
Robin
Can you hear me?
Thicke?
Yeah, Robin Thicke.
Okay.
Robin
Yeah.
Thicke and Pharrell Williams.
Any
Yeah, I
commentary,
was just
Quinn?
going to say that it was Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams. I think it was compared to like a Marvin Gaye song or something. I think that was what
Marvin
it was.
Gaye. It's the estate of Marvin Gaye that keeps bringing up these unfortunately successful suits that are keeping modern music from making money, from being profitable. I don't mean in general. I just mean it's just this constant headache.
Gotcha. Okay. I think I understand.
Thank you.
Cool. Any other questions, Quinn?
So I'm curious, like Reed earlier asked sort of, you guys were going over the Beatles example, and you're saying like you should be allowed to perform the entire Beatles catalog and even sell the performance.
Yeah.
I'm curious, performance might entail that it was like a live show that someone just recorded maybe on their phone or something. Should you be able to like go into a professional recording studio environment and reproduce the Beatles soundtrack or the Beatles discography almost note for note and sell those?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And then
in my way of thinking, within 20 years, it's in so many people's heads that musically it's in the public domain, and the only reason they're not doing it is because somebody from the past has said, no, we did it first, and we want all the money from that string of notes.
Yeah. How did it work with copyright law was even happening there? I guess that's why copyright law happened. That people were just stealing stuff.
Yeah, I'm going back to like Tin Pan Alley in the 20s when that really got going. And then basically there was a huge push to essentially try to invent all the music that could be invented, sort of like a real estate grab.
Really? That's a lot.
Oh, yeah, but it's like nothing compared to chess moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? What kind of music? I assume the set of all potential music is bigger than chess moves.
If you are allowed to sue somebody for copying 8 beats, this was the example in the Katy Perry. There was an 8-note arpeggio, maybe it's not arpeggio. It's an 8-note climb down the scale that was all exactly the same, except 2 of the notes were slightly different. It's 8 notes, and they're quarter notes. How many down the scales can you have that are unique? And that's what made a $2.5 million lawsuit.
Okay.
So if you are willing to allow teeny tiny sections of music to be copyrighted like that, then this number is not astronomical anymore.
I see.
How many combinations of 8 notes are there? Well, let's see. I have 12 notes to play with. And so what is it, 8 to the 12th power? That's not even a crazy big number. That's billions.
Okay.
That to me, that kind of seems like a problem of scale, maybe. Like I think I kind of remember the Katy Perry thing, and it was kind of like some no name, I think, that was like trying to sue her over this set of notes, and it's just 8
and
notes,
they won.
you know. But what I'm thinking, like,
just
you
8
copy
notes going
some
down the scale,
album,
and they won
note for
$2.5 million.
word.
They lost it on appeal.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, to me, that strikes me as fundamentally different than copying someone's album note for note and word for word. Like,
Okay.
it's almost the difference between, I don't know if you would agree with such an analogy, but like, the difference between like using a similar vocabulary as another author and rewriting their book or something, you know.
Okay.
Do you see those as fundamentally different in regards to how copyright should deal with those two different sorts of examples?
Hello. Anyone interested in an interview?
I want there to be very strong restrictions about trying to copyright the scene affaire. I'm introducing jargon, which is to say the everyday normal things. Like, nobody should be able to copyright me playing a scale, right? There should be no. It's so common that nobody can say I was the first one who did it, and it was my creativity that brought this into the world. That kind of thinking.
And I'm curious, like, would you establish that list of common things through maybe like a public domain of music or something? Like in the same way that you can go to like a public domain of images online, there's just like a G scale should be in the public domain of music, say, or you just have to keep entering things.
All music that has been put to pen, all music that's been put down in a tangible media would be in public domain if it was before the year 2000. And therefore, if you sue me for music, all I have to do is find a similar enough version from 1960, and you've got no claim.
this is not really an interesting topic. I can just spend like an hour, write a program to generate all the scales, release them in the public domain, and I've solved the copyright issue for all music.
That has actually been done through computer science. They actually produced all possible melodies and put it on a couple of terabyte drive and sent it to the Library of Congress and said, now really there's you kind of, but apparently that didn't have any teeth.
What?
That's not how capitalism works.
Yeah.
Melodies are restricted by like time as well, right? Like how long you could play a G note for 2 years or something and call that a song potentially.
Yep. Silence, 4 minutes, 10 seconds. I heard that's a song.
Yeah. 4:33.
Yeah, and I see that as essentially already existing in the public imagination. Yeah. Just like
what value informs this view?
this is a liberty and anti-authority, and obviously fairness. It's a pro-fairness thing. Let's see, is there any other one? I don't think care harm is a thing here.
Why should these values relate to this claim?
Because people's lives and livelihoods are strongly affected by it. Being a small musician afraid of getting hit upon by copyright completely limits expression.
Expression as a means to monetary compensation, or is it just
either one?
Either one.
I think you have a right to try to get monetarily compensated. You might also have just the right to express yourself artistically without compensation. Either one of those, I think, is a right I want people to have.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool. Well,
yeah. I've got one more question about it.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys went over it, but how does the 20-year rule for music transfer over to other mediums of art?
Yes.
Movie, TV shows.
In my opinion, yes.
Okay.
One of the things we talked about was like, should somebody be allowed to do a scene for scene remake of The Matrix? And my answer is 99. Yep. 21 years.
Could we make a sequel to Jurassic Park? They're now shooting a sequel to Jurassic Park, Jurassic World 2, I think.
Okay.
Now, but the original Jurassic Park was in 93. Could anybody make Jurassic Park movies?
I think so, yeah. In my opinion, yes.
Wow.
No, they're not allowed to trademark them. Trademark is a different question. Trademark something that you're doing actively. Trademark is a representation of who's doing it, as opposed to what's being done.
Interesting.
Right, so you're not allowed to like pretend to be McDonald's, for example, but you should be allowed to make double.
Yes, you should be able to make a double compared to In-N-Out Burger.
Are there Pokemon here? I assume so.
Yes, you should be able to definitely make your own thing. Yeah, the question of trademark versus copyright, I see them as overlapping, but I don't see trademark as an intellectual property thing. I see that as a confusion in the market question, identification.
Hello, would anyone like to do an interview? Nope.
You have different concerns about the copyright of recorded and printed material.
I think printing is a type of recording. The actual printed material, like for example, if you have a book, I think somebody should be able to take the text of that book and it goes into public domain after 20 years after you do it. But the actual printed copies of the book still, I mean, it really, if every novel goes into the public domain 20 years after it's first published,
So people could write Harry Potter fanfic and actually be
sure,
yeah, okay.
sure, and as long as they're not misrepresenting themselves. And the thing is, like today, I'd have no trouble at all saying, here's the complete collected works of H.G. Wells. And I don't think I have to pay anybody anything. I think it's old enough that it's even past the 90 year after the death kind of thing. So it's fully in the public domain. I could do the same thing for the collected works of Shakespeare. So why can't I do that for the collected works of any examples? I'm thinking about the guy who made 2001, Stanley Kubrick. Why couldn't I, or some author, Isaac Asimov would be completely in the public domain at this point.
Does this apply to video games and software? Someone asks.
Yep. Especially code. Hell yes. Ah,
we are.
Good.
We're on 3 vertical. Quinn is in the middle.
Nice.
Looks really nice.
Oh, and the question, does this apply to video games and software?
Yes, it applies to video games and software. I say especially software. I'm so annoyed that a line of programming language, it's like wanting to copyright math equations. Sometimes there is really one best way to say something, or there might only be 10 practical ways to say a particular arithmetic formula. It would not be okay with me if mathematicians were allowed to copyright formulas and prevent other people using them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for indulging my street epistemology request.
Totally.
Sure.
I'm gonna hop off the video chat here. Feeling awkward.
Okay. Thank you. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Think how awkward we feel. Sitting out there in the park and everybody's going like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm not going to ask. You guys are sitting across from a table with each other with microphones. What are you doing?
So it's election day. Any predictions on who's going to win and how long this count will take? That's not a very SE question, but I'm just curious since it is election day.
I have 2 predictions. One is I think I'm at least 80% sure that Biden Harris are going to win the presidential election. My information comes from 538. This is a website that deals with good, deep statistical models, and they are rigorous and careful. And they say 88%. And I also have the prediction that the count in at least half the states is going to be well past midnight. It's going to be into tomorrow, and some states that actually matter are probably going to be several days. I think because of our a lot of by mail stuff, that our election commissions aren't set up to process mail-in ballots as efficiently as the ones that go in at the polls. I used to do poll work, so did Kimberly with me, and the polling box actually has a machine that counts the ballot and gives them summary totals, and then they just actually recount the box to see that it matches the machine. But the actual machine gives them the information immediately as soon as they poll it as to what the counts are for that district.
Okay.
And as a poll inspector, I would be counting the number of ballots, and I would be counting the number of things where people had signed to register and all that stuff. Obviously, I don't know the content of their vote, but I know everything else. And we have to do all the math at the end of the day and cross-check it 9 ways and all that stuff. So with those, they could say we have a pretty high confidence that the count was this, and they'll go back and check them after. But they'd be able to say a lot up front.
Okay, it says 123 minutes in, maybe a time to switch seats.
Oh yeah. Wow, we're 2 hours in. We're 2 hours into the stream.
Yep.
That's blowing my mind.
It's crazy.
Okay. I'm gonna stand up and
1 hour 23. Not on 123 minutes.
or an hour and 23. Either one is a lot.
Yep, 1 hour 23 minutes, not 123 minutes.
Okay, so that's 40 minutes difference.
Yeah.
So that is easier for me to understand and wrap my head around. That makes sense. Water. Have free water.
Or would you like to do an interview?
Yes.
Sweet.
Any topic you choose. You could have my seat. Okay.
Oh, okay. Maybe after he eats.
He brought his lunch. Yes. Right. Let me use this little boy's room. Be right back.
Oh, dude. How's our shade doing? Pretty good.
Figured somebody answers, got a chance. And he answered with a good question about what?
Yeah. Maybe a good time to swivel the other umbrella.
What's loading up? Do you see it as a matter of fairness that people would take one free bottle of water versus both?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would I be correct that if they were paying for it, it wouldn't matter how many?
Right.
That would feel just fine. But taking more than one of a free thing. Okay. They're making eye contact with Kimberly and then just like.
Did you watch The Mandalorian?
No, I haven't. That's a Star Wars thing, right?
Yeah.
There's a
Disney Plus show.
okay. Free water. I don't know about the Mandalorian. I mean, I've seen baby of a Yoda species.
Yeah.
Not obviously not Yoda, but a Yoda. What was there a name for their species?
There's no name for the species yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called the Child or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And this seems like one of these chosen one plots where there's one specific child that's got the huge destiny and amazing feats of things are to protect the child and make sure the child can get to the destiny. Is something like that?
Well, not really. It's mainly the bounty hunter Mandalorian character.
Okay.
In the first episode, just discovers the child, and that was his main job, is getting the child to give to like the Empire or somebody related to the Empire.
Oh.
And then they figured out they were going to like experiment on the baby Yoda and possibly harm it or kill it. To get its like force powers or something.
Oh, okay.
So then he kidnapped, well, he took the baby child and went on the run.
Okay.
And now he's trying to, in the new season, find the rest of the species to give it to him somewhere in the galaxy.
Okay, so it was not the child was taken from its own people, but
yeah, we don't know where it came from really.
Okay.
Or how it ended up wherever he first found it, as far as I know.
Okay. And I assume their species has unusually high midichlorian count or whatever that would be.
They don't mention that, but it does have force powers.
Okay.
That it uses every so often.
Okay. When the plot calls for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much the only things I've heard about that show are that it's shot with high resolution screens behind the camera.
Yeah.
With the camera's position and angle and depth of, or I should say, zoom levels and everything else taken into account. Yeah. So the actors can see the scene that they're in. And that is apparently a lot better than doing chroma key. or other.
Yeah, especially for shiny metallic characters. It gets the lighting right, and they don't have to remove green screen from him. Looks really nice.
Okay. Does it look pretty seamless, or can you tell when it's composited, when it's fake?
I think it's fairly seamless.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that if they can control the screens that make up the background completely, and they're at least as high or higher than the resolution of the cameras.
Yeah.
Should be really good. And they can match whatever dynamic range of the camera you want. Getting closer and closer to a holodeck.
Yeah. Hello.
Stay hydrated.
Doing interviews.
You voted. Good job. I could tell I voted stickers.
I voted at the Pantages Theater, and I got a Hamilton sticker star saying I voted.
Nice. I voted through the mail at a drop box days ago. Took me almost a week from when I filled out my ballot before I actually found a drop box. Just because I did one of these trips to the park and I forgot to bring it, and the next day, and
Hello. So where else is a good place to try?
exactly. Well, there's Runyon. Runyon really works.
What if we went somewhere else at Runyon? There's the top place.
I haven't been there. I'll take your word for it. All my stuff's easy to put in backpacks, so I'm quite ready to pack it in.
Yeah, not the table.
Well, I can carry the table and chairs. Strap them on. This table's pretty light.
Probably don't want to get to that place where it's like right on the edge at the top. But maybe somewhere else. I don't know if that trail is open.
Yeah, I haven't been up there to the top that you're describing. I think I've seen it in a picture. It's on the Los Angeles Street Epistemology meetup group picture. Yeah.
On my next hike up to Griffith, I'll see what the signal is like just below the Griffith Observatory there on the trail. Now that we don't have a lot of weight, we could probably park up at the observatory and cart some stuff down there. That's an interesting view as well.
Okay.
But it may be too windy.
And
if there's no signal, that might be an issue.
Yeah. Here at Echo Park, I think the wind is less than usual, less than most. Bit of a valley coverage on both sides. Stay hydrated. Howdy. Have water. Yeah, if they got fishing poles, we're probably not going to get them. Louder, please.
Even about the water.
Right. Yep. They're not even into the water.
Kellerman asks, out of curiosity, what are the most interesting topics you've SE'd?
I find the really extreme topics very interesting. So I would say of the ones that have like the most shock value for me, it comes down to when somebody's saying really racist things or really extreme Marxist or whatever. Yeah. I think those are very interesting. I don't know if they're very useful, but they're interesting.
We're open.
Yeah, you could totally have my spot.
Yeah, we're streaming on Twitch right now and YouTube. Oh, man, he's gone.
Oh well.
He wanted to know where, so he could look it up.
Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah, I think people do that. They were in Runyon Canyon and they said, I want to check you out first. Or I'm willing to talk to you. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
She did. She thought, oh, and she sat down.
Yeah, you should. Are you making cards?
I plan to.
I put a QR code on my card that goes to my YouTube channel, but maybe I should make it the Twitch stream.
That's also what he asked. Was this a podcast?
Yeah,
It's a video.
I'm thinking of putting 2 or 3 QR codes on the back of mine.
The YouTube link is on Juggling Lessons channel.
For today, yes.
Yeah.
When I brought it up, FK mentioned we could grab like jugglingLessons.net or something and have a single QR code that would go to all of the things that I would want people to have. I have my calendar. I've got my calendar. I've got the Discord that I'd want to invite people to. I've got, the 3 things I was thinking of putting on the QR codes was the YouTube channel, the calendar, and SE Discord.
Okay.
I'm wondering if 3 QR codes can make sense on a business card. There's 2.
I might get confused.
Yeah. 2 would be easier to not have confusion. But
I just list the links and then have one QR code.
yeah. Looks like that.
You switch. I'll try it. There you go.
Looks like that on the back. There's the front. Nice rounded corners like you should expect to see in a Puerto Curiosity production.
Right.
Not on the QR code. The QR code does not have rounded corners.
Right. I should probably fix that.
Oh, I wonder if you can do that and get away with it.
Would that matter for the code? I assume not.
I don't know if the recognition. Obviously, we could try it. See if they recognize you.
You can not only round the corners, you can also place the Cordial Curiosity logo right smack in the middle of the QR code because it has some error correction.
Oh, I see. Wow. Nuts. Yeah, we got pretty ducks.
Oh, Jesus.
Howdy, howdy.
Thought this was falling. Like, I see a shadow moving. Oh, hello.
Yes, folks, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks. First, an atheist, when shocked, says, Jesus!
Yeah. Especially raised in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Bond says nice umbrellas.
Yeah. Oh, and I was talking about interesting topics, and actually, Luke Fonts came to mind in that the ones I find I'm the most interested in learning the most about are theistic beliefs.
Yeah.
So the claims I am the most interested in are theist claims.
It's wobbling.
Does it seem likely unstable?
Seems fine.
Seems good. Water. Take water. That sound cost him $1. Probably not in that case.
Hello.
Given the amount of traffic, I'm surprised no takers yet. This is 2 or 3 times the walk by load that we saw on a Rose Bowl day that we would get 4 people in 4 hours.
Honestly, like I'm not that surprised because it's election day, and I think everyone's probably going to be, I don't know, anxious in general, more so than normal.
Okay.
And cameras are
That.
probably like an anxiety thing sometimes. There's probably
Good
a lot
point.
at stake for a lot of people, at least emotionally speaking. So I wonder if that has something to do with it. But the weather's nice. Looks good out there. Looks like a fun time.
And while I don't seem like all that concerned about the election or something, I am. I'm just not concerned about it today more than any other day. I'm well into I had my mind made up for a long time. I haven't been undecided 7 or 8 years at least.
Well, now we know what your decision could potentially go. What could potentially happen.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you, being on the wrong side of the 2016 election just rocked my freaking world. Little mopey mess. Did not like Trump getting into office. The one good thing that came after it though is I've come to understand that about 40% of my country thinks really, really, really differently than I do. So I think that really pushed me into SE. Just coming to understand also, a few years before that, I started spending a lot of time at the marina on the boat, and the marina environment is so red hat compared to Southern California, which seems very blue, very Democrat dominated left. But maybe that's just where I am, because I know there are pockets of red in Orange County and a bunch of places. Wonderful. Just confused. You're giving away water? What? What? That doesn't cost $1? Yes. What the heck are you doing giving away water? I think it's the cheapest, most useful thing I can give away out here.
Yeah. We have a few topics on the board there, or whatever you want to talk about.
Yep. It's shits and giggles and YouTube. Yeah. You get to. I'll take my juggling balls.
Okay. All right. I'm down. Oh, did I put this on?
Sure.
All right. Cool.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Great. Do you come to the park often?
Yeah, once in a while. I'm pretty much a chef, and I work like 2 jobs. I work for Vibrato Jazz Grill in Beverly Hills.
Vibrato Jazz Grill?
Yeah, it's a Hubert, I don't know, some jazz singer, performer that got like 20 Grammys. And it's called Vibrato, yeah.
Cool. I assume they play jazz in the restaurant?
Yeah, like a lot of celebrities are there, and it's pretty cool. And then I also own a fried chicken spot by USC.
Amazing, cool.
Called Monty's Chicken and Waffles.
Monty's Chicken and Waffles.
Yeah, we serve like the best fried chicken. I'm literally taking Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle customers coming to my establishment.
That's big.
And it's like all to go. It's like cloud kitchens, you know. It's all to go, all delivery.
Amazing.
You know?
Cool. So what we do here is like to talk with people about whatever they think. I'll let them pick a topic, something they think is true, and then we'll try to understand their claim by asking questions, and then potentially evaluating the reasons why, so we can learn and help people take a second look at their views or whatever it is. Do you mind if I record? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Thanks. Could you hit the recorder on the top of that GoPro?
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Is it already on?
I think it's another button at the other side.
Oh, this one. You're right. This one, right?
There it is.
Gotcha.
I think it's working.
Okay.
This is working. Cool. So, yeah, we like to keep it open. So, it could be political or religious claim or spirituality, philosophy, science, anything, maybe like what is some belief or claim or something you think is true that has affected one of your recent choices, an important choice, or like was going to affect an important choice in your life?
An important choice in my life was I left a huge corporation company. Like I used to do like the Emmys every year.
Yeah.
Cooking for like 8,000. Well, I didn't cook. I delegated. I managed and, I operated the Emmys every year. Yeah. And then it kind of stopped because of the virus and everything shut down. And I had that chance to either leave for 25 years working for that corporate company that I was trying to be like the highest position, but they were just giving me the runaround. And then I chose to go, to Vibrato, and then I opened up my own business, and then everything just fell into place. And then like all the people that worked for my big corporation, the company, got laid off or lost their jobs. And I could have been in that loop, And I had only worked at Vibrato Grill for like four weeks. only 4 weeks. And then we shut down, and thank God I was still able to maintain my salary, my high salary, higher than the company that I came from. So that was a good conscious decision at the right time, at the right moment. I probably would have been struggling. You know, I have a wife, I have a daughter, you know,
Yeah.
but I guess God's looking after me, you know, and
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
and
So, what's a belief related to that choice? Like that people should go into small businesses in like a COVID situation, or what's something?
I think if you have a business and it's like a to-go environment, you know, that's the way to go. Like going to go, everything's prepackaged and sealed tight, so like there's no germs spreading. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the way to go. And then right now at these times, just a lot of places are looking for work right now. Like a lot of people need people to work, you know?
Yeah.
And it takes that person to want to be dedicated and maintain a job and want to go to work, you know, through these times, instead of like collecting unemployment or going the easy way route. But then again, that's not even enough too, you know, because everything's going up, all the rent's going up, and I don't know.
Like restaurants need to adapt to the situation.
Yeah, they need to adapt more and do a lot more to-goes. That's what I'm seeing right now. And
to-go orders are required for restaurants these days.
Yes, outdoor. You can see at an outdoor if they have an outdoor available, but as long as the tables are 6 feet, you know. We seat about 60 at Vibrato Grill, and all the tables are separated, you know. We took over a whole parking lot.
What do you think of this claim? Restaurants should allow like in-restaurant dining, not like
I don't believe
patio,
so.
but inside, like an enclosed space.
No, I don't think that should be yet, unless like people are verifying that they're tested and that have never had the virus or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then because we check all their temperatures, you know, before they even step foot like in our outside dining area. So yeah. Everyone's getting their temperature checked.
Is that the rule right now? Only outside dining?
Yeah, that's the rule right now.
With
like
temperature checks?
Yeah, temperature checks.
Masks and
mask and everything in that nature. And yeah, man, like with all this virus thing going on, I just can't believe that the times have changed and it's affected everything. Economy, like our economy is really messed up. Like just it's really bad right now. And like you know, the political, you know, the elections today, you know, like you know, I mean, I'm not for either or. Like, I like Donald Trump as a businessman, but I don't like him as a person. You know what I'm saying? He's only for the rich. He's only for, you know, taking away Social Security, taking away Medi-Cal. My wife is mentally ill. He's trying to take all that away. What are we going to do with all these mentally ill people that need their medicines? They're all going to be on the streets, you know, like, and I think Trump represents just for the wealth, you know, and like he's not really looking at the big picture of like, you know, they're like, look, there's so many homeless here that took over Echo Park. Look at all these people that don't have places to live.
Yeah,
people are getting diseases or catching something, or even the virus. They might even have the virus and we don't even know it.
Yeah,
you know, so it's a very cautious environment that we live in today. That's what I see.
Yeah, so want to talk about the claim indoor dining should not be allowed for like 5 minutes?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel like indoor dining.
Yeah, I've got this little confidence scale here.
Yeah.
If like all the way to the right is
yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Or no, they should not be.
No, absolutely not.
Should be indoor dining, or there should not
absolutely
be
not until we have a vaccine that cures the coronavirus. That's how I feel personally. And if there's people that have it and that want to eat dining in, then everyone's going to get it. Employees, everyone's going to get it. And then it spreads even more. And then I'm happy that not that many people went trick-or-treating, you know, because the virus could have spread to a bunch of kids, you know, like you don't know who's living in those houses that are giving away those candies. It's the same thing as like if you're going to a restaurant, you know, like it's the safest way is being outdoors and just having that 6 feet distance and being very cautious, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What could we hypothetically see to lower our confidence about indoor dining?
To lower our confidence about indoor dining, Well, I mean, everyone wants to eat indoors. I get it. But
Yeah.
I mean, in these times, we can't. I mean, there's too many people dying of it. If you go to New York, everything's shut down.
Yeah.
All the restaurants that my corporation own, all shut down. Like the Rockefeller Center, like it's like a big corpse. You know what I'm saying? Like they were putting bodies in trucks. They didn't have enough room for people's funerals or to bury them.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, like, why would you want to go eat indoors right now when the virus is still out there?
Yeah.
You know, it's just common sense. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are probably like, oh no, I want to eat indoor. Oh, I miss it. But they're not getting the big picture. Like everyone thinks they're safe and they're not. You're only truly safe if we have a vaccine that's going to cure it, you know?
Yeah. Our current idea is if we allow indoor dining, it would get more people infected and that would, and, you know, end up killing more people.
Correct.
So if we open it up to like a quarter capacity, where like people were like at least 10 feet away inside, you know, servers have to wear masks, and we did that and we tested that for like a month. What could happen from that test that would make us less confident about having indoor dining?
Yeah, I mean, nah, I think it's just safe to be outdoors.
It's better be safe than sorry.
Yeah, it's better to be safe. You know?
Okay.
I don't see that happening in a while. Like even like concerts, like shows, people all getting together, being next to each other, like packed. I just don't see that happening anytime soon unless they have a vaccine.
The vaccine.
Yeah, the vaccine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. Well, anything else about this? Sorry.
That's like if you put someone that has something that's contagious, you know, like a pink eye.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Yeah.
You know, they don't wash their hands, or if they're around somebody, or you know, or if someone's coughing at the table and they're sick.
Yeah.
You get me? That's like saying like, okay, let's all get together and eat indoors, but even though you're sick and you have the flu, it's acceptable.
Yeah, you wouldn't want people with the flu showing up
it's
at
the
your
same
restaurant.
Same concept.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Andre. I appreciate it. Is that what your name?
Yeah, Andre.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else about this?
Oh no, I mean, this is pretty cool. I like being interviewed.
Thank you.
It's cool. It's like a little start for me because I do music. I do a lot of music. I'm going to like 2 different studios today. I got to be at 2 different places. That's like my other talent. It's like hip hop, you know.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
Fried chicken and hip hop. I love it.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah, but check it out, man. Sometime, you know, you come through, try our chicken. If it's good or not,
Andre's
give a good Yelp.
Chicken and Waffles?
No, it's called Monty's Chicken and Waffles.
Monty's Chicken.
Yeah, my business partner, Henry, he lives in Montebello, so he named it Monty's that.
Sweet.
Yeah, short.
I will check it out hopefully at some point.
Yeah, I make the butter from scratch, honey sweet butter. That's what draws them in. And that's about it.
I love chicken.
Yeah, and the skin is different from any other place. You'll see.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, man.
Have a great day.
You too. Cool. That's cool.
See you. Sure.
There you go.
That's somebody.
An interview.
Yes, we got one.
Does it feel okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
You asked about on the feed. Do you want the interlocutor's name
No.
over his video?
No.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't like text on his screen, apparently.
All right, we got somebody. Oh yeah.
What?
Okay. Oh here.
We found it.
We found the tip spot.
Nope, just a little water in the corner.
Little wet. We're okay.
So maybe it's time to clamp it to the table.
Yeah, probably.
Is it gonna work where you had it?
We'll make it work.
Had a lot of grease.
That's not a problem.
Yep, windy. Hang on. Umbrella wanted to go for a swim.
Talk to it, remind it what that's doing as well.
Shit. How's that? Okay.
That you changed?
I don't know. Yeah, it's twisted a bit. There. That helps.
Water.
Oh dear. Could you guys hear that conversation?
Water and interview. All right. Not separate. You can have the water without the interview. Wow. I'm up here. Good.
Dolly, can you hit that GoPro?
Time out.
No.
Just take up space on terabyte drives and make it that much more tedious to edit.
Yeah. Oh.
Not even a little bit. You'd be amazed how much not. You guys there? You're going to be curious.
Bit choppy.
All about stop escalating. Yeah. That never happened. Right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or we can just be I mean, yeah, sure. My most interesting are but yeah. They wackos out there are just that you don't. Well, I don't agree with wackos at all. I think a lot of very things.
Dolly's talking with someone. She has stopped. Oh my gosh. Hope he doesn't take our table. I think we're okay.
This will be the
test.
Yeah, this will be the second time they've stopped and asked questions, so they might
Oh,
actually.
okay. I'll let Dolly do the next one.
Oh, but he said no initially. We'll just see. And then he asked what he saw.
Oh, okay. Is this format?
FK is putting in information from Twitch chat in the live show text.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, I'm not watching the Twitch chat.
Uh-huh.
If you want to interact or chat with us, go to the SE Discord. But those are good questions, good comments.
Also, any recommendations for someone who wants to start doing street epistemology with their table setup?
Any recommendations? Just go for it, or come here on the SE Discord and ask for advice. Have a SE advice channel. You can get your advice on. You can see what equipment you have already, maybe like a cell phone or something. What kind of audio equipment or camera equipment you have. And if you want to actually start doing it, you can get you can apply to get a grant from the SEI nonprofit. We can help you out with funding.
My advice for the best place to start out is just using the voice memo app on your phone if you have an iPhone, or a similar app if you have an Android, and just ask people if you can record the audio because you're practicing having better conversations about it. And listen to yourself.
Cool.
Theism was almost
Yeah, thanks, Jack.
It is.
Now I'm hot without the shade. Maybe I should get a bigger weight at the bottom, but that's more weight. Yeah, and if it's a friend or family member, they could also use the voice memos app on their cell phone and just have them hold it next to their mouth. And then if you have a third device with a camera, or just some camera somewhere, you could set that somewhere and just talk into the bottom of your phone with the voice memos app. Does pretty good audio.
he's almost faking it.
Yeah, the winter months, the sun is not going to be overhead as much. Darn. It's not too hot.
What? Hey, hydrated.
Did you read the last part? Is it possible to combine two things, or is that a bit unorthodox? I was thinking about drawing people as we chat. I'm a professional artist, assuming they're okay with it, and that way they have a gift when they leave as well.
Interesting. If they, consent to be drawn, then you kind of have them stuck there for a while. But depending on the conversation, they may want to leave. But I'd love to see that be tried. That sounds cool. Got to make sure your rapport is on point. Maybe like stream a view of you drawing the person. That would keep people's attention as well. That'd be great. Hello. The wind is picking up. Yeah.
How are those white chairs sitting compared to are they better for sitting a long time or no?
About the same.
Yeah, yeah. That was a feint.
Yeah.
If this were baseball, I'd have worn the batter for base.
So,
He almost grabbed the water. Then, no.
See the guy who put back the water? That one hot cold?
Yes.
I'm
Yes, I
sitting
did.
there going to my wife's spot.
I don't know.
Water.
Shaking the table a little bit. Not too bad.
Water.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Charlie?
Yes.
You didn't have the table lift.
The table lifted. Well, all you did throw a foot down.
Maybe there was the reason he has to sit there.
Cut the table in case.
Reed, are you ready for liftoff?
Yeah. Oh, there's the Hamilton vote stickers. Is that sign tilted this way? There's a way to like push it so it's tilting towards the people. Just push the whole cart forward this way. Yeah, just there. So now it kind of is. That's fine. Just don't move the cart, but keep that angled that way. Yeah.
I think we did not talk about.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Existence.
Huh. Mm. Mm. Yeah, we are open to being chatted with anybody on Discord, either on voice or video. You can ask questions or make a claim. We could talk with someone in between. Hello. Hello. Mm. Mm. Have I tried using SE on SE before? What do you mean? Hello. Hello.
Those are just suggestions. We can talk about continue well. We're right here.
Did he say if it wasn't COVID?
Yes, he said if it wasn't COVID,
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Yep. Yep.
If you're gonna have a reason not to do an interview like today, because you're afraid this might raise your risk by that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good answer. I'm gonna ask you to take this. Especially since I understand exponential math really well.
Yeah.
It's only 1% risk for you and everybody in your family.
How many micromorts?
Yeah. Oh, micromorts are off the chart. Crazy. You thinking micromorts?
Not really. I've heard of the term though. I don't know really how to think in terms of them.
Yeah, like
JCC says cold beer
cold beer.
instead of water. Might get more taste.
Jack, want to come talk to you.
I love you, man.
Someone saying something.
That was
Nice.
Oh,
What?
not free. No,
What?
free water.
Did he ask if the
No,
boombox
not
is
free
free?
JBL.
No, not free
No,
boombox.
not free that. Free water.
No.
Free speech. No, free beer. Water.
Oh, cool.
I hope you can't hear that.
What?
I'm sure. I'm sure that song is way over 20 years old.
What song?
Oh,
that, yeah.
The merry-go-round broke down. I think I've seen it in animated films from the 1930s.
Wow.
So it should definitely be out of copyright. But
That's
under our current system,
Who knows?
I don't know that a song my grandfather knew is out of freaking copyright yet.
Reed, can you hear me?
Yes.
Jack from Twitch has joined us on the Discord voice chat. The person that mentioned drawing people while interviewing them and practicing SE.
Sweet.
Hey, I don't know if you can hear me or if I'm supposed to be talking, but just say hi.
Talk to me about copyright. Maybe he would change my mind.
Hey, I think I can hear you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you. Been a fan
Any
for a
questions
while, so it's
about
exciting to
the
be
SE?
a part of the community.
Good.
I hear you want to try to go out and do SE while drawing people. That sounds good.
Yeah. I've gotten pretty decent at doing like portraits pretty quickly, and so I think it'd be a good way to practice while also engaging like the conversation side of my brain.
Yeah, that'd be fascinating to see how quickly can you do the average portrait.
I'll probably go out and do some like just conversations first, just to get more used to the method itself. I've only done it with like friends and family, but yeah, I think putting it to practice live would be good first, and then slowly starting to draw while doing that.
Yeah, kind of like advertise free portraits, and then when you start drawing, ask if they can do an interview, or just have a conversation about something they think is true.
Yeah,
That'd
for
be cool.
sure. Also, your comment about building rapport too, I think will be pretty important. Like beforehand, just to make sure they're comfortable, because it can be kind of uncomfortable to have somebody staring at you while talking, I guess.
Yeah.
You can also come here on Discord and practice with us. There is a whole community that's practicing every day.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Feel free to do on Discord, and then you could stream your portraits as well, maybe on Discord, if people are on video or something.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. That'd be cool. Is it just going like 24/7, or are there like certain times for these conversations?
Nowadays, it seems like at least a few people are always in voice chat, but there are special events on weekends, and twice on Saturday, once on Sunday. Specific practice essay events. And stuff
Awesome.
like this
I'll have
is
to
kind
check
of
that out. That sounds fun.
I would be happy to give you a tour of the server as soon as we're done with the show.
Yeah, I'd love that. I'll let you know. I have to head out here soon, but if things are done soon, I'll shoot you a message. If not, we can do it tomorrow maybe.
Absolutely.
Cool. Thank you.
Sure. What?
Possible moment to grow.
So many people just hanging out over there on the hill. I think the traffic is picking up a little bit now at sunset. Hello, how's it going?
Did you bring candles?
What? Candle?
Yeah. For when it gets dark.
You mean flashlights?
Candles
Little
are more
candles.
candles are more romantic.
Might get blown out. Would anyone like to do an interview? Hello. Nope. Swan. More swan boats are being deployed. My hand reaches for my phone. Probably not a good sign. Hello. Would you like to do an interview?
giving away water. Pretty good quality of tactics here. Whether or not yeah, we're live on YouTube.
Or bring up your own topic.
We want to model having conversations. My motivation is I see way too polarization. On sides of the spectrum, unable to think together. So this is modeling whether or not we agree with you here in the US. That kind of
Yeah.
I've been studying it for 5 or 6 years. I've been really active at it. I've had my own channel for about 3 months. Reed's 5 years in. He's much better at this. My dad. Yeah. This is what it is. Now, we ask you to make a claim, dive down through your reasons, but not try to push from a different perspective. Not try to change your mind for time. That's not fun. Yeah.
We'll be here. Darn. So close.
In this case, the word epistemology was the draw.
Nice. He was a philosophy student or major.
Hold on. What's that?
He was a philosophy guy.
Yeah, he's taking philosophy. He saw epistemology. He's like, huh? People are doing epistemology?
What?
People can spell epistemology?
People know what epistemology is.
Yeah.
Malte is here.
Hey, Malty.
Dirk Gently. Strictly. Gigi, I think. I assume. William O. Hello. Now I'm hungry. Talking about fried chicken.
We're right. Shop is open. You can't go in, but there's no order.
Oh, nice.
And it looks like they're serving food too.
Really? Want to sit down while I go check that out?
You want to go check it out?
Yeah.
All right. I will take over your station.
Alrighty. Hopefully we look really welcoming. Let me see what my scenes. I would talk to you guys. Thank you. I'm just going to check the scenes here. Wide plus 2F. Let's see what it looks like. I've got a host bubble, but I don't see the guest bubble showing. the guest camera appears to be not working. So I'm going to go to wide and reset. Ah! Oh, look at that. There's a guest bubble again. Oops. Cable trapped underneath this. That's not. I'm gonna grab some tape. Water? Free water, free interviews. No strings attached. The water is Bluetooth. No strings attached. The water is Bluetooth. No strings attached. Water? Uh-huh. Some people have to be asked 5 times. Water. You bet. Anything you want to talk about. Okay, so that looks good. Yeah, only one with strangers. It's been a yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi there.
Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
Pretty good. Throw your head earphones. I wiped them.
All right.
Mask.
Yeah. You'll be able to hear yourself real well.
All right, nice.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Dolly. What's your name?
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Nice to meet you.
Cool. For this kind of interview, we like to ask you to tell something you believe is true.
Okay.
And something that affects choices. I mean, I believe that water is one part oxygen, 2 part hydrogen. But since I'm not a chemist, it doesn't really affect my choices in the day.
True.
So I'm looking for something that you think is true and affects your choices.
Also, please put on a mask.
Well.
Oh, and mask up, please.
So something that's true. All right. Can we talk about the question that?
Sure. By the way, we're live streaming. Are you okay with being recorded and published?
Yeah,
Good.
Well, I feel like it's true that people should all have healthcare.
Okay.
Like it should be universal. Like people shouldn't have to pay for something if we have the choice to help people. That's always been an issue with me because I know there's other places in different countries that have that issue. It always affected me that here we have to pay for it. It's just I just feel like it's a capitalist thing more than it is truly trying to help people.
Okay.
I know a lot of people had debt because of that issue, whether it be cancer or anything. They can't afford their meds, so I just think that's a serious issue.
Yeah.
I wish it could be changed. If we could just care more compassion,
Right.
less monetary.
Okay. So you said healthcare is in other places. Have you been to other places where healthcare is handled differently?
Yeah, I know. My friends in Canada. I know my friends in Canada told me they don't pay for it in other European countries.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, I'm familiar with that being in Europe and Canada.
Yeah.
Actually, I think almost every well-developed nation except here in the U.S.
Exactly. And there's a lot of like homeless people, and people reject them because they think they're on drugs, but a lot of people have mental issues too, they need help really more than anything.
They're either on drugs or off their meds.
Yeah, exactly. You never know, man. It's just crazy, man. But I appreciate you guys doing this.
Yeah.
I never did anything like this before.
So tell me, what does healthcare entail? What are the limits of the kind of healthcare that's universal?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I understand with medication, there's a longevity, how long people can have their meds,
Right.
I never thought that deep into it as far as limitations. I'm not sure.
Okay. Would we include like if I need life-saving, life and limb, anything, pick me up out of the thing, put me in the hospital, fix me up. That's what it is.
Yeah, I just feel like it should be more resourceful.
Okay.
I understand people have to make a living. I get that. That's the word of living, but I don't know. It should just be more resourceful, I should think.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
I mean, my understanding of Canada, England, all these things, it's very much paid for by the people through a taxation.
Exactly. They could use our taxes. I didn't even think of that. They could use our taxes towards that because it goes towards a lot of other things. That's probably unnecessary. And
government wastes a lot of money.
Yeah, and they can pocket it also. A lot of people don't understand that, but I don't know.
Yeah, indeed. So if everybody gets healthcare, does anybody lose? No.
I don't think so. I mean, speaking on like money scale, yeah.
Would Jeff Bezos' taxes go up?
I don't know. I don't think so. They probably will. We wouldn't want them to. So that's probably why it's stay the way it is.
No, because he's yeah. Okay. So what fraction of the people in this country do you think have adequate healthcare under their current system?
I don't know. I'm sure it's more than 50. I know it's low though.
Yeah.
I don't know the accurate amount, but I read it and it's not too high.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have health insurance at all.
Yeah. I've heard that. What do they do? If they don't have health and they get real sick. What happens?
Either they just pay cash or wait till they get sick enough till the bills rack up. I'm not even sure, man.
Yeah.
But it just
really bad buying.
Yeah, it puts in a position where people neglect their health because they have to pay for it.
Right. So do you think a country like I mean, it's hard to Canada exactly. They're in a much colder place, but if we change this, do you think overall people would end up being healthier?
Not necessarily because we still have an issue with obesity. So that's another problem.
Okay.
I feel like that couldn't just help people change the way they live. Also.
Okay. So some things aren't going to be affected by whether they have healthcare. It's going to be about choices and exercise and diet and all those things.
It's a mix of both. I feel like we both have to make a change as people. And I feel like we should change a lot of medicines, use more natural things.
Okay.
It's a lot of different things we have on Earth that can help us good as modern medicine. They don't teach that like holistic thing. And I don't know. It's this big pharma kind of thing.
Yeah. So I got a conflict scale here. if this was you're absolutely sure that healthcare should everybody get it, it would be a good thing for everybody. And here you barely have an opinion about it, or you don't think it's a good idea. Where would you find yourself on the scale?
All the way to the right.
All the way here. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would say
Cool. Is there a sliver of doubt? Is there a little spot in here?
I would say there's doubt that it can happen, but as far as my opinion, that's where I would want it to be.
Okay, so your opinion is certain. All right.
Stuck on.
What hypothetically could you learn? This is something that doesn't have to be true.
Yes.
But you learn this thing tomorrow. That would increase your confidence, raise your confidence.
Just anything
that healthcare should be universal. Yeah. What kind of information you learn make you more certain, more motivated.
I would be certain that there's hope in humanity. That's what I would basically think. I feel like people would care more. I don't know. It's just I just feel like people don't care enough. That's the thing.
Okay.
I would be guaranteed that people actually care. That was the case.
If I cared more, what would I do to bring this thing about? Assuming I agreed with you, what could I do to help bring this thing about?
Not sure. Maybe we can set up an organization where people be heard about this issue, sort of like boycotting, like peacefully.
Yeah.
Things like this.
So
outlets,
education, outreach, that kind of thing. And then what do those people do to make it happen? How do can I give somebody healthcare?
No.
I
don't know.
It's gotta be a we, right?
Exactly.
It's gotta be a we the people.
Yeah, we need more as a unit. That's what I feel like. If you get a unit, people will be heard, and they might change. You know.
Yeah.
They might think, wow, really taking it serious.
Yeah.
We will look into it. That's usually how things go. They take it serious when it's conglomerate.
Yeah. I voted a couple days ago. I voted by mail.
Oh, really?
Does my vote matter in this thing? How I voted, does that affect the question? No? So it doesn't matter who wins the White House or who wins the senators? Is this a question that they're going to change, maybe?
True.
Maybe?
I mean, healthcare is a big thing that the politicians talk about.
Yeah.
We just hope that they actually do them, you know?
Yeah.
That's the thing. But your vote can make a change. I feel like it does.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that's the thing that I need to care about the most is how I vote.
Yeah.
Or if there's a better way, or if there's even a more effective way. Let's assume I vote and, okay, not an or.
Yeah.
What kind of actions could I take to bring this out, to make this? You said outreach. You said talking to people.
Yeah.
Maybe something like boycott and in a friendly way.
Petitions. I don't know how much petitions actually work. So I was thinking maybe sign petitions. Maybe
I saw a lot of propositions on the ballot, and I think those started with petitions.
Yeah.
Right. Might have been.
I'm not too sure though. I think stuff like this is pretty good too, like podcasts, anything, man. Like, you just need exposure. Just people need to actually care. I know a lot of people say it's an issue, but we don't really express it enough.
So I have the other hypothetical. I asked you what could raise your confidence.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask what would lower your confidence. Maybe move it down a little smidge.
What would lower it?
Yeah. What counter examples? What counter reasons could you think of to not make healthcare universal?
I know it has to do with taxes. Probably. So it'd be a raising in taxes. I know that would be probably.
If it caused a big raise in taxes, you might be less sure.
Yeah. That's about it, because I know a lot of people don't want raised taxes because it raises the rich people taxes also. So. But I'm not too sure, man.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Thank you. I've really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, man. Me too.
In street epistemology, I try to be really neutral and not push back for another position.
Okay.
And I don't want to hide behind that.
Yeah.
You are welcome to ask me any questions that about my position on this, and I'm happy to be open about that.
Yeah, this is actually pretty interesting. This is the first time I've seen this. I did want to ask, like, is this a podcast or?
Yeah, we're
like,
doing live stream.
Oh wow.
We're on Twitch and YouTube right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So I can just get your Instagram and
Sure.
Would I be able to see this or no?
Yeah. This is on
live, so
youtube.com/juggling lessons.
Nice.
It's also on twitch.com/cordial curiosity.
All
That's
right.
his channel.
All right,
We're just out here working together, so we're doing it on each of our streams. This is his stuff.
It'll be on the bottom of that card.
Oh.
Curiosity to it.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
This is pretty cool, man. I really appreciate this experience. This is my first time actually like talking live, so
nice.
This is a big deal for me, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, cool.
Hopefully we can get it changed. But how do you feel? I want to ask you.
Okay.
A question.
I personally think that in a first world country, it's cruel as fuck to say the one who are injured should be the one to fix it.
Yeah, you should have to suffer. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a little like in a world where there's enough food, nobody should be going hungry, even if they can't right now go out to the field and plant, right?
Exactly.
So universal healthcare, hell yes.
All right, I was just making sure we was on the same page with that, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't want to push. I don't want to push from the other direction.
Yeah.
I don't want to push either way. I want to hear you out completely based on your own reasons and the reasons you come to those choices.
Okay,
yeah.
I appreciate that, man. That's a different way to do it too.
Yeah.
So
if I do it right, you can't tell my position until I talk about that.
Exactly. I'm not just going what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate you, bro.
So, I want to offer you one of those squeezy puzzle pieces. Yeah, one of the three. You can pick any one. It's an obvious bribe to have you come back for the other two and have two more conversations at some time.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that means we have to meet again.
If you want to.
All right, cool.
If you see us around, just like yes.
All right, I'll definitely do that, man.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Oh, yeah, man. You're cool, man. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I'm Dolly. That's Reed. That's Kimberly.
Nice to meet you. So that's it?
That's it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nice. That was cool, man. Dang.
You bet.
Wow. I love spontaneous things like that too.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how good that was. How good that was.
Yeah. You can see the layout I was using. Oh, the guest camera went off. Why? Did I lose my guest camera? There it is. So this was the layout we were using. One camera from there. I'm sitting here, and you can't see you behind this because that's actually my outgoing video. But you were sitting there, right there in that spot, with a little speech bubble, so you could see our faces and our gestures and all those other things.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely check you guys out.
Thank you.
Yeah, the audience liked you. In fact, they asked you. Yeah, they asked you
Yeah.
for another claim. They're like, "Wow, okay, thanks."
Oh, really?
Nice guy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, you can show you can see the live check.
So you guys, once it's done, you do save it, right?
It's live streamed right now, and then and then I'll go over on YouTube, the YouTube editor, and I'll take each of the conversations and just clip them out and publish them also as a separate video, so they don't have to sit through a 3 or 4 hour live stream for a couple of conversations. Today we've had a lot of gap between conversations.
Is it cool if I get like a shot of
Totally good.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Anything you want. We are so happy to be out in the middle of the public.
Is your name spelled A-U-B-R-E-R?
JCC says, voter survey, U.S. is on wrong track. COVID-19 not under control. The AP Votecast, a massive pre-election survey, finds that 63% of those polled think the country is on the wrong track, and President Trump, I think this is in a separate poll, has just a 44% approval rating, and 53% people say coronavirus is not at all under control. Yeah, I find myself clearly on one side of all three of those, the one you would expect.
Paul wants to know when you anticipate a need for a pickup.
So we are at 4 p.m.
He's thinking strike at around 4:30.
Strike around 4:30?
4:30, yeah.
Great, great. Let's see if we can get one more in.
Okay, I don't think he printed any of my words.
I think he's got his pods in and was smiling
He
happily.
was smiling and nodding.
Smiling and nodding. Yeah, that's okay. That
He's
happens.
happy.
He was in his own audio world, which is just fine.
Your backdrop is awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful scene.
I like the sign too. Where'd you guys get the sign?
This sign here,
Yeah.
I designed with, let's see, at least 6 people. I'm going to say that Reed had input and Sleepy had input and Quinn had input, I think, and several other people. I basically just threw the simplest thing I could throw out there, which was just that text and the logo up in the Creators Lounge, and then got feedback from people. And FK said we needed this gradient behind it, and Sleepy said we needed this black border around it, and everybody told me that the text had to be bigger and more outlined and located this way, and the thing was smaller. And so it was a design by committee, and I'm really pleased with the output. And then I took it to Staples, and they produced the printed laminated version. That's how that happened. And that sign perfectly fits the table that Reed was using that we have now retired from this because we like the longer table. So that's how that happened.
Yeah, I guess I should take my other table back up to my place if we're not going to use it. Take it out of my car.
Yeah, probably.
And we don't need those chairs either.
We're using one of them.
Well.
And I don't know that we've needed that many. I'm pretty okay with this being off the table. I'm kind of inclined to figure out something that hangs on the table and hangs it just here in this corner, or hangs it off the table over here, or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, my personal thing, personally, I'm perfectly good with the mixer sitting right on the table, and Reed has a much cleaner table aesthetic, well, and I want to respect that.
Now that this is kind of blocking what's on the table in my work, it's fine if it's on the table, if you can reach it. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Reach the knobs, reach up at the top, things like that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it being on the table.
Through and around.
We're in a, special situation. It's fine, and these are fine. It's with that wide shot. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah, and the table being twice as big really does make it look so much less full of things.
Yeah.
Than it did when it was half the size.
Yeah, it's not cluttered.
Right. I also think these GoPros, because they're almost hidden behind these stands here. I mean, we've got 3 cameras that we're using for live stream and 4 more cameras that are recording for post. There are 7 cameras running.
Sure.
Oh, did we turn that one on for Aubrey?
I did.
I'm glad. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you turn this one on?
I did.
That's awesome. I completely was shamed.
Hello.
Hi there. Are you up for an interview? Any topic you choose. And of course you can have water. Yes? Yes? Yes?
Sure.
Coffee. When you drink coffee, you have to drink a lot of water.
Yeah.
I had a coffee.
You had a coffee?
When you drink coffee, you have
I do drink coffee. You bet.
Sun's about to go over the mountain.
Nice.
with trees or whatever that is.
Yes, this is a little like Rose Bowl in that it's in enough of a canyon that the sun sets 45 minutes to an hour earlier than the sky gets dark. So we have a really long twilight hour.
It's nice. And the sun's not hot at this angle,
Yeah, it's quite pleasant.
just in your eyes.
Yeah, if the wind kicked up, I would just fold up these umbrellas and just let them be.
Yeah, once the sun goes down, we don't need the umbrellas. We can just take them out.
Yep.
I like the umbrellas.
Yep. I see a battery on that cart, not plugged into anything.
Yeah, it died. We replaced it.
Okay. Good. I'm glad we could do that. Did the thing it was powering die along with it?
The GoPro died, yeah. My phone was still going,
Okay.
but we replaced it and it got back up going.
Okay, good. Kimberly has found, I mean, we've tried a bunch of different phone batteries that we've been able to order, and Kimberly found some of these. And I did some testing where I actually cross-charged one set of batteries with another set of batteries, and they both had percentage meters on them.
Okay.
And I was able to determine their throughput efficiency as well as their relative size. And it turns out these are about 2.25 times bigger than the other ones. And they advertised being very close to the same size. So it's an example of, is it? Yep, it's good. It's good.
It's getting chilly. I'm going to grab my jacket.
Okay.
The last one I had. Oh, that's where.
What do you see?
61,
61%? Yeah, that's great.
45. I think that one was not fully charged.
I think you're right, because I'm expecting that guest camera is doing less work than this one that's doing Skype.
I had one.
That one has one video channel going out and nothing coming back. This one has video going out, video coming back, audio going out, audio coming back.
That you can probably close the umbrellas now so we can see the lake better. As he doesn't think it's shading anything.
I'm fine with that. Would you push that button, tilt it up, and then we can crank these down?
Yep.
And just let them stand here. There's a button, and just go vertical, and then here is the cranky downy. There you go. Me too. Right past my face.
I was so glad to
Suddenly it's past your eyes.
Yeah, the dripping umbrella. Did you get the text? I was watching your next one.
Haha.
Because you see what
Yeah, before earlier, if you were watching, this umbrella was back there behind, and so it was just using its own stand and not the additional clamp onto the table.
It wasn't shading you, and you could see the lake better. Without the umbrella. I'm not noticing any difference on the chair.
Right. And if you want to, you can pre-strike these, if that seems good.
I was trying to look all active and welcoming if somebody shows up.
Oh yeah, totally.
There's bird poop all over my car.
Oh. Yeah, sitting over on those chairs, I got a whole bunch of birds above me, and then I got to see my shirt.
Oh.
The bird poo got you?
Yep.
On my car.
Oh, okay.
All over.
All over. Oh, so you parked under
some power lines.
Something they inhabited.
Oh my.
Yeah, we got palms.
Zoom Boom got pooed.
Darn. Is there a drive-through
car wash
anywhere? I think there's one over there, right?
I
wonder how late that goes.
I don't know.
Because that stuff kills the pain.
Or if you stop by our place, we'll just wash it off. Would hose and cloth by hand be appropriate for Zimdoom?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anything you want, bring it. I think you're up, Reed.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Still on the blue.
Oh, yeah, go to Twitch.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I got a live audience. Sometimes that's the time.
We have maybe a dozen people watching, maybe. Oh dear.
That's the point. That's the point we're talking about. It's something we think for me is actually about that. It's just a perspective you see it in. Oh, that's down.
It's nice. Hello, hello.
All right, so
Cool, cool. How's it going?
doing good.
Good. Want to do headphones?
Was that? Oh,
Want to do
headphones? Oh,
All right. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you.
Do you come to the park often?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back here after maybe a few months, but it's a really nice park. I love the view. So many swan boats.
Yeah, it's nice.
Cool. So, do you mind if I record? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Can you hit the record button on the top of that GoPro? There's a button on top somewhere. It should beep once.
Yeah, I did.
There you go. Perfect. Awesome. So sweet. We've got a few topics over on the board there. Did anything look interesting, or did you want to bring up something else?
The numbers of deaths due to COVID.
Yeah, they exaggerated.
Yeah, exaggerated. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think there's like most of the deaths, it's not what they say they are, you know, like a lot of stuff has happened, but it wasn't due to the COVID, you know, like a lot of people died for several reasons, but that rate number was, I don't know, in my belief, you know, it was put under like, you know, like due to COVID, you know, but in all reality, there was there's a lot of ways people could die, you know, but
yeah,
that number, it just kept rising and rising and rising, saying like everything else was paused in the world because coronavirus was there. Like nothing else was going on. Everybody forgot that, you know, you could die any second for whatever reason it is.
Yeah.
And not just because you died during that time, it necessarily meant that, oh, you died because of COVID, you know, but there's plenty of different ways, 100 different ways how people die, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's just exaggerated, you know, and that's what I wanted to express, you know, that
Sweet.
It's exaggerated. Today's gonna go down. It's gonna get hectic. You know, I witnessed like a gang of businesses putting plywood over their businesses, trying to protect it. But whoever gets elected, no matter who wins, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy for sure.
Yeah, that's a kind of a separate thing about the COVID exaggeration of the deaths.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the claim is like, yeah, the deaths have been exaggerated, the number. Right. And could I get a sense of your confidence about that? If like all the way to the right is absolutely yes, that is true. The deaths have been exaggerated, absolutely sure. Or all the way to the left, no, they have not been exaggerated. They've been exactly right. Or not sure. Where would you put your current confidence about that?
I'll go like, all right, let's say Right here, right? This is
To the right is yes. To the left is no. They have not been exaggerated.
so to my right.
Yeah, to the black is towards yes. They have been exaggerated.
All right, yeah, for sure, right here.
About pretty high.
I'd say around here, you know, because there is a lot of people that I know that passed away due to that. But
you know personally, some people have passed away.
Yeah. But
and they died because of COVID.
Right. But I'd say the rest, it's not what it was, you know.
The rest.
Yeah.
How many people have been reported to have died because of COVID at this point? Is it like, what is that?
As far as like for me, like it's just been like 3 people. But now that I've witnessed any paperwork or anything, it's what they've told me. Like, hey, you know, my cousin's friend or something like that, you know, they died because of COVID, and I'm like, okay, you know.
How many in the U.S. total have we heard have died so far?
Numerous amount, man. Numerous amount.
Like hundreds of thousands.
Exactly.
At this point.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the number should be at this point?
I'm not quite sure about a number, you know, but that it's exaggerated. It's exaggerated.
It's exaggerated.
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you believe it's exaggerated?
Well, because, like I said, I feel like it's like the world basically stopped and nothing else is going on. There's no like diabetes, cancer, AIDS. Not like everything had just stopped, and the only way you could die is like COVID, you know. But there's numerous amount of ways you could die, like I said from the beginning, you know. So I feel like people die, but the cause of death is COVID, but in reality, it's something else, you know.
Yeah, a bunch of people die every day,
every
week, every month, you know, as usual.
Right.
But then those like deaths have been starting to go down, and the COVID deaths have been going up.
Right.
That's what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we know that's the case?
It's just known, you know. It's just known.
You
know, yeah. Like every day, you hear about deaths. You know, some deaths aren't even acknowledged. You know, because nobody knew them. They had no family, whatever. And you know, just people just don't want to acknowledge that people pass away all the time. But there's plenty of other reasons. My friend just recently died. You know, so it's hard, you know, but you just gotta accept that, you know, it happens all the time. It happens all the time, but it's not right for them to be categorized as, you know, like one of those people that passed away due to that, you know?
Yeah, it's like people die every week. Some die because of COVID. Some die because of non-COVID reasons.
Right. But it still files under COVID for some reason.
What percent of the COVID deaths do you think have nothing to do with COVID?
I say like 50-50, you know?
50% of the deaths?
Yeah, I say like 50-50.
Where the contribution is like non-COVID at all? Like they would have died anyway if they did not have COVID, the people who died?
Well, eventually we're all gonna die, you know, but you know, people are ill, especially like the elders, you know. The elders, you know, that was one of like the number one, like, you know, targeted people for to say, you know, like COVID deaths, like elderly people kept dying. And so for them, it was like, oh yeah, they died because of COVID, you know. But there's plenty of reasons why they could have passed away too, due to, you know, their health or whatever they had going on.
Yeah.
You know,
what would be a good way to figure out the case of this situation? If they say next month a certain amount of people die because of COVID, how could we really find out, really know, you know, how many of those deaths actually were because of COVID?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. I wish I knew. You know, I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. But
is it like a stat from like some organization, or is it like information from someone, from some people, some organization? Who's the best to trust?
You could get fed anything, you know, like the death rate number. It can't be trustworthy, you know. I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of possibilities, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about that.
Not sure. No way to know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Okay. So we're not sure a way to figure it out. you're that confident about it.
Yeah.
What could you learn or find out to shift you one way or the other on that scale? What could you learn, hypothetically?
What do you mean?
What information could you see if you saw this that would cause you to shift one way or the other on the scale? What would that be? What would that something be?
Mm. I don't know, man. Like, sir, like I guess like the theft rate, like a paperwork, I guess documents that would show that that they passed away because of that specific reason. Maybe that, but that's still like really confidential. So I'm not sure if that would ever get exposed. Sometimes I guess we just gotta go with what the government feeds us.
Maybe like, next year a vaccine comes out, everyone's healthy again. But then like 5 years later, this whole thing has been studied.
Yeah.
And they know a lot of information. They've gone through the past documents and they just studied this thing completely.
Right.
And now they have a really high confidence that, in the month of November 2020, this amount of people died and this amount of people died because of COVID. What kind of way could they test that idea? What's a way to know that? What's a good way?
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. Maybe soon we're all gonna be obligated to actually get tested and actually get like the cure or whatnot. But
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. It's just gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. It's all gonna go down today. That's all I could say. It's all going down today.
Yeah.
Yeah, my beliefs is just like way too like past all that. Like.
Yeah, with the election, that's another claim is who do you think will be better to deal with the COVID situation? Whoever's going to get elected.
I don't know who's gonna be better, but from what I think is Trump's gonna win. Trump's gonna win, and since he was diagnosed with corona, this is my belief, and I respect everybody's decision, but my belief is that okay, so he got diagnosed, right? So now what's gonna happen? He's gonna win, and then they're gonna say that he took a cure, and that cure everybody's gonna believe it because he won, and so everybody's gonna get that cure because the president won. So the president did, the president got cured. Guess what? We're all in, right? Because that's the president, So
okay, I'm a little confused.
That's what I think.
What I'm hearing you say is, if Trump wins,
right,
then that means Trump will say like he got a cure for the COVID.
Yeah, he found the vaccine, the medicine. Yeah.
He found the vaccine.
Yeah.
Or his administration did.
Or his administration did. He got cured. They tried it, and now he's COVID free, and so that is gonna be the cure for COVID around the world. That's just what I believe. That's just what I believe.
That's very interesting. Maybe if you see us again, we can pick that up and talk about that some more.
Yeah, for sure. I'm here all the time, so if I see you guys again, we could talk about it some more. But as far as for that, that's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, and for as a thank you for having the conversation, we'd like to offer people one of these little squishy gear pieces. Feel free to take one. And if you see us again, you can come back and get the rest.
All right, cool, man.
What was your name again?
Santos.
Santos?
Yeah.
Santos?
Right.
Gotcha. My name is Reed. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Have a great
Blue.
one. Nice to see you. Have a great day. Thanks. Can I go with the wide? Remote's not working. That was interesting. No, there it is. Sweet. Okay. What time is it? 4:25. Hello, how are you? I think that'll be our last one for the day. Getting dark. Sun is over the hill. Santos. Oh, I wish I could have talked to him more.
They are. I can walk over here and say, hi. And 20 or 30 seconds later, it'll show up.
They're watching the stream on their phone, I think. I think that'll do it.
They were asking, and I didn't have one.
Yeah, I got the name after he, or right before he left.
And of course, the audience is still asking questions.
Yeah,
No, sorry.
he seemed like he wanted
I liked
to leave.
it. That was good.
Yeah, it was nice.
Someone willing.
Yeah. Thank you. Nice.
All right. Shall we call that?
Yeah,
Go try for one more.
unless they're like right here, I would say call it.
Very good.
You want to do an outro from your part?
Sure. Well, it's been a wonderful day. I think we've had 3 live local Olympus. Let's see. I'll give us this crazy view. Let's see if is that working? Maybe it's not working.
It wasn't working for me.
Okay. I will refresh this one. See if we get it working. But in any case, we're going to wrap up. We are running out of light and we have run out of interlocutors. Thank you all for coming. Maybe the focus is on one question. Okay. Dolly remote connected. Very good. So let me see if I can go to that one. Yay. All right. So thank you, Reed, for coming out and playing. I think Kimberly and I are getting a little more used to being aggressive and getting people a little harder. So I also think I made the error of sitting in that chair for far too long at the beginning, which kind of blocks things up. And that's probably why we essentially had 0 interlocutors for the first hour and a half, something like that. So we're learning as we go. Thanks all for hanging out with that. Let's see. So I'll just go through here. Guest plug. Well, the guest plug today is Cordial Curiosity. My teacher's channel. And he gets all embarrassed when I say mentor and things like that. So I won't say that word. I won't use that word. We won't say mentor. We'll say teacher. The guy I studied with, under, something like that. Anyway, that's a lovely thing. If you're not subscribed to Cordial Curiosity, but you are subscribed to my channel, I don't understand. I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay.
And if you're watching on Twitch, everyone go to Juggling Lessons on YouTube and subscribe to him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. And boy, do I not want to ask for subscriptions, but I'm not sure why. People keep trying to talk me into it, and I'm like, more like Pine Creek on that one. I don't need to ask. You know to subscribe if you want to. You know how this whole thing works. I don't need to remind you.
Yeah.
So here are 5 of my favorite street epistemology related channels. This is part of a list of like 15. You'll notice the Cordial Curiosity is right there on the center. If you are, oh, that smells really nice. Oh, that stuff. Okay. Sorry, we don't have smell-o-vision, and also it would go out over state lines, and that would be no. Okay. If you're really interested in this method of street epistemology, I recommend going to streetepistemology.com, where Street Epistemology International has gathered up a huge amount of the community developed resources. Also, this is where you can get the SE podcast in case you like your street epistemology shoved right in your ear hole in audio only. Let's see. I'm not going to bother with the title screen. Here we are. I'll just go back to us right here and say,
if you would like to be a guest on my show, I mean, if you would like to, for some reason, join us live, of course, that's good too. Contact us. Most of the time, I think you'd want to be a guest on my show via some sort of video over the internet. And all I ask is that you be polite, articulate, willing to show your face, and willing to stay on some topic that is either a demonstration of SE or talk about SE or any of the categories that we have about street epistemology, because my channel is very focused on street epistemology. It's a deep dive into a narrow topic. So if that's the case, I really look forward to hearing from you. Theme music. So I really look forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much for coming to our crazy little event. Friday, are we trying this location Friday? Do we know?
I don't know. We'll see.
We don't know. We'll find out. But Friday, we will very likely do this again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Later.